Alright, welcome back, guys. I've been getting some stuff done. I did my change over to HV. It's not quite how I want it, but it's good enough to last for a little bit. So I'll give you a little tour around here. I moved these again from over there over to here. And I did that because I made a turbo steam turbine, which is supposed to have one here. I gotta get the other pipe on here so it can take steam from either of my boilers or this set of boilers. And right now I've just been using my lava again because I need to get a tree farm built to make the other set really usable. Otherwise it just takes me a long time. I had like 4 stacks of these creosote sitting here, and because these are steel, it takes forever for them to get to the full temperature to where they stop eating so much. And now I've made them 3 high instead of just 2 high, so they take even more. This one is solid fuel. It takes and uses the charcoal or coal or coke. It'll do basically anything that'll burn that's a solid fuel. I made a diesel generator and a gas turbine. I made those medium voltage, and they're piped into my high voltage battery buffer. I've gotten up to 3 batteries for that. And I found something new, which is these things, which are fluid hoppers from Magneticraft, which I'll show you just in case anybody wants to see. This is the diesel generator. I showed it in the last one. And then the gas turbine is a lot easier. Just took bronze. If you notice, my tin is way down over there. I've got to go find some more. And then I also made an autoclave so we can do what we're going to do today, which is finally get some carbon fiber made, which needed another frickin' pump, which took a lot more tin. And these auto hoppers or fluid hoppers are really nice. They are just iron and glass. Ironing gets 2 glass, makes a fluid hopper. I've got one over here on my EBF. That way I can just stack oxygen here and it'll go right in. It has an internal tank, so it'll hold a little bit. And I think these are for putting in or taking out fluid. I just use them as a hopper. But then I got this one so I can just sit a tank of methane here, and this one so eventually I can sit my gas there. Now the gas I can also burn in here, but I'd rather use the generator. This piping system is a little off right now, which is why I need to make the carbon fiber. So right now, whatever goes through this macerator that is crushed ore will automatically come over to these two. I made another regular ore washer. And then the outputs of those, the stone dust will go up here, and the byproducts and the crushed stuff, purified crushed stuff, will come over here. And then I just have to come over here and dump it in here. Then whatever comes out of there will come back here, and unfortunately it will clog up in here because this thing accepts anything. So then I just have to basically pull out what isn't needed in there. It's even taken tiny crap that just got spit out of it. To keep, I was having a problem where just about everything was going to this one, so I made a restrictive pipe, which see if I can find it quickly here. Is just a regular pipe in assembler with 3 steel rings. Can do it with the larger ones with 4 and the huge one with 5. So that makes this the last stop for everything and anything. My autoclave I put down here. I hooked it up to, I put the advanced fluid extractor here, so it can pipe automatically into here, and I'm keeping soldering alloy in here. That way soldering alloy will automatically go there first. I'm also going to keep platinum in here. If I need one that has water, I will probably make a separate one for that. But unless I use it for like AE stuff, I don't know that I'm really going to use the water stuff, except I'm thinking there's one recipe I might do. I'm trying to remember. This one I might end up having to do, but this one takes a 256, where this is just a low voltage, so that's not a problem anyways. Let's see, take you downstairs and show you the wiring a little bit. Basically, after it comes out of the buffer, it comes over here. There's a medium voltage transformer here that goes to the centrifuge. Then there's another one that goes over here to this battery buffer, which then will keep this battery buffer, which goes to the EBF full. And then there's a low voltage transformer here to go to my ore washers. Then I got a annealed copper cable running here, which goes to this transformer, which feeds the whole line of LV machines, and then a couple small ones for these. I took Under Siege's advice to make this more compact and put a low voltage battery buffer here, which none of these machines moved. That feeds into my arc furnace, and then I got my basic brewery, my cutting machine, and my basic fluid extractor. This is only used for seed oil, honey, and rubber to go into this basic assembler to make my wires. And I put my polarizer down here in the floor and the autoclave on the floor. I moved this closer to this so I can pop my cells back and forth easier, and it's piped down in. There's a long line of crap that I need to get taken care of down there. I want to make a oxygen tank, a big railcraft oxygen tank, but I wanted to make some of this carbon fiber so I can make a type filter. I could use these filters, but I'd rather use these filters. They're item filters and type filters. This one does it by type. This one does it by item. So I can basically put one of these right here on to replace this pipe, and it will filter out everything coming in for if it is regular dust or if it is purified dust or small dust or whatever. And then it'll automatically just put the purified dust in here. Get these out of here. Give me this crap. Stop sticking the wrong stuff in there. Let's see. And there was a weird thing I seen in IHL that I wanted to try to make, and I needed a universal cell of bronze to do it, and I want to see if I can figure it out, but I might do that in the next one. Basically, I had that tank that was sitting up here, so I could put the bronze in here and it would automatically go into the tank. Because if anybody doesn't know, the way these pipes work is it goes to the closest place that it can put something. That's the same way for the item pipes and the fluid pipes. Now, I'm planning on making this into tiny piles of dust. That way I can stick just one in here, because that's going to give me not very much. 16? And that's 16 things of carbon fiber that it'll be able to do, because it only uses one per. And then what I need to make is this item filter here. And I need this item filter for a lot of things, which is just 4 raw carbon mesh and 16 zinc foil. We'll make this, and I need one of these sifting machines so I can sift out my diamonds. I found a green and regular sapphire vein, and I want to sift through them too. And then I've been saving this whole group of stuff here so I can sift through it as well, because you get a chance of getting the exquisite, the flawless, the flawed, the regular, and the chipped along with your dust. And look at all these exquisites I've gotten. I got a jasper, a sapphire, a yellow garnet, a diamond. That's worth 3 diamonds right there. a green sapphire, and an olivine. And then I've got these two flawless, which are worth 2. And then I got a flawless jasper as well. So let's see how this is doing. 3. Looks like it's almost going to do a whole stack. It is going to do a whole stack. So one tiny platinum dust will do an entire stack of carbon into 16 carbon fiber, which then you put them together so it'll make 8 raw carbon mesh. And I need, let's see, the item filter needs 1. If I want to make a type filter, it's going to take 1. And I think the sifter takes 2. So I'm going to need 4 of them. So I'm going to have to do 1 more stack. And that's if I only decide to do those and only 1 of each. I may end up doing multiple of them. And let's see, I needed 16 foil. Get 4 foil per, so that'll be 4. So 8 zinc. And I was talking to Under Siege about the getting osmium, which is something that I need to do eventually. And the way I plan on doing it is with IHL. I want to show you guys this complicated setup that I'm going to have to build. Let's see. Where is regular osmium dust? There it is. And you can, I do believe you get tiny piles. Comes from macerator, pulverizer, replicator, chemical bath, packager, unpackager, centrifuge, lathe, hammer, centrifuge, rock crusher. Oh, I can't even remember how you did it. I never did the actual setup. Axel did it. There it is. Platinum group metal sludge is centrifuged, and you get silicon dioxide, gold, platinum, osmium, iridium, palladium. And you have a chance. You basically, for every one, you'll get the gold, and you'll get the platinum, and you'll get the silicon dioxide. Then you have an 80% chance for palladium, 60 for iridium, and 60 for osmium. So a minimum of 9 of these to get 1 of these dusts, but probably more than that because it's, 60 and 80%. Now, to get this stuff, you have to put purified pentlandite in a chemical reactor with nitric acid, which will then make your tiny pile. So for each one of these, you get 1/9 of a sludge. And then you also get this nickel sulfate water solution, which is the nickel basically that you would get out of this if you actually ran it through the centrifusion stuff. This you then have to electrolyze to get your nickel dust, oxygen, and sulfuric acid. If we back up, this nitric acid is made in another chemical reactor with nitrogen dioxide, oxygen, water, which then makes 4 nitric acid. And if we look back here, it needs 8, so you need 2 of these to make 2 of this operation to do 1 of those. So the biggest thing it's going to take is nitrogen. There's going to be a whole lot of nitrogen needed for this process. Oxygen, not an issue. Got a bunch of it. And that makes your nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen is a pretty hard thing to get a hold of unless you either have extra utilities where you can get ender lilies. If you go to the end and get some ender bees to make ender pearls, or if you go to the end and just slaughter frickin' endermen with a looting sword to get ender pearls, or create some kind of killing thing for endermen like Ethos Ender or whatever he called it. That is, ender pearls is the easiest way. Now you could do it this way, which will supply you with the oxygen and the nitrogen you need. I do believe you can just put a pump on the side of a centrifuge and it will pump air into it, and then you can centrifuge that down for the nitrogen and the oxygen. Or this liquid air cell, which I've never used one of them, which gives you nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and noble gases, which personally, if I was going to do air, I would probably do it this way, because the noble gases gives you carbon dioxide, helium, methane, and deuterium. So I would go that way myself if I was going to do air. Or you can use the compressed air from IC2, which will split into oxygen and nitrogen. That's something that you need nitrogen to make. Saltpeter is one way of getting nitrogen, but it takes 5 saltpeter to get 1 nitrogen. So it's not always the best way to do it. Nitrocarbon, you use nitro to make that, so you wouldn't do it that way. Here's where the ender pearls come in. You use 10 ender pearl dust, which is from 10 ender pearls, and that gives you beryllium, potassium, and 5 nitrogen. And then you got nitrogen dioxide and niobium nitrate dust. I don't even know where that comes from. I don't think that naturally spawns. It's not one I've ever seen. So it's a very complicated, very long, drawn-out process to get it. But once you get it set up, You can set it up in a way that you really don't have a lot of messing around. It'll just do it as you throw the stuff in. Now, you can also use chalcopyrite or um, so I usually try to save that kind of stuff. That way I can use it for that as well. I've been doing this yellow limonite up like crazy, trying to get nickel, which I got all of those right now. That I can use, and I've got 18 in here, which is the byproduct off of the ore. And the only issue with this is I've got iron coming out of my ass right now. And I've got that stack, which is 3 stacks. I've got back here in the corner, I've been putting more of them. I got 4 stacks back here. One sec. I've also been trying to get some steel made up. That's why I got 3 stacks of steel and some here on the ground. So you end up with a whole lot of iron doing it this way. But I haven't found a nickel vein yet, so that's what I'm doing to get it for right now. The other day I needed some clay, so I was out here looking around in this river over here, and I found some clay right over here. There's a hive I'm gonna lose. Didn't even know that was there. It's a water hive. Which when I upgrade to Forestry 4, I'll lose that. There it is. A little stone pillar here. I found this little hole here, which led down to a cave, so I had to come check it out. And it's got one long ass drop. And as I was coming out, I found this soapstone, that pentatonite I need, glauconite, and talc. So I got a whole vein of that I now need to get dug out. And I changed my map over. It was what was causing the throwable spam crap I kept getting. So when I switched over to this one, that went away. That's how I knew that it was that was causing it. I'm going to clear this water out of here. That's what that stone pillar's there for. I just hadn't gotten any more stone up out of the bottom yet to bring up here. I'm basically going to build a box around this hole and then drop sand in it or put dirt in it, one or the other, to clear it out of the water, and then I'm going to use ladders to get up and down, because I haven't gone to the end yet, so no jetpacks. I don't make a jetpack until I go to the end, and I don't go to the end until I need ass tons of platinum and iridium, and I haven't gotten to that point yet. I will probably end up going to the moon before I go to the end, actually. I want to get a compressor, an implosion compressor made pretty soon, which is a good thing about having all that iron, because the implosion compressor takes a butt ton of steel. Also been working on getting that oil sand over there dug out so I can bring it back here and get some oil out of it. And since I have these 2 centrifuges now, I basically have this old one is for my fluids. I use it for sap. That's why the pump's on the front there, which will pump in when I bring my sap tank up. And then I also use it to output to a small tank. So I just been throwing my rotten flesh in here and making methane, which then I bring over here and throw in there. And I've got so much hydrogen downstairs, I'm seriously thinking about making some some methane in the chemical reactor, just mixing hydrogen and carbon. So that's what methane is, a hydrocarbon. Okay, now we need an assembler. Take this out for now. We put these in here, and we put these in here, and that will make my filters I need. And it's been a while since I messed with these filters, and I know I had a little bit of issue setting them up last time, so I'll probably do it in between videos, get it right, and then show you. I don't know how much you guys like watching me screw things up. If you do, let me know, and I'll be glad to record me sit here screwing up for 20 minutes on one thing. This project of moving I was going to record, but I basically spent all day yesterday trying to get this as close to right as I could get it at the time. And it's, like I said, it's not going to stay this way because I've got a bunch of multi-blocks that need to get put in here, and they're going to have to go somewhere, and I really don't have room for them right now. I think I'm going to make a multi smelter. That's one thing I'm making. If I could spell, think that, yeah, there it is, a multi smelter. Normally I make this when I upgrade this to Kanthal coils, and I use these coils to make the multi-smelter, but I think I'm going to leave this one like this and then make a Kanthal one for the HV. So I'm going to end up making more coils, which those are copper nickel coils, which are a lot of nickel and a lot of copper. So I've got to go find another copper vein before I can do that, because I currently do not have much copper. And I think all of my... Why is this not leaving? Oh, I turned it off. I forgot all about that. Alright, come on, update. Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and throw these on in there and let them process up. And somehow we got seeds, so we'll just bring that over here. Toss it in. Um, also, Under Siege was saying something about me making a replicator for, well, not making a replicator, but making a amplifier for UU matter. This thing here, which takes 4 pumps, 4x tin cables, and 2 good circuits. Because of needing a lot of chrome, I do believe, 2 side-by-side redstone veins. So I really don't think I'm going to need it for chrome. I'll take you guys down here and show you this crazy mess I got. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. It's one of the weirdest ore generations I've ever seen with Gregtech. Let's see. This is down where I've been getting all my limonite from. I originally came down here and made this tunnel trying to get out under the ocean because you can get the lower ores better if you're under the ocean. When I dug this out, alright now, I was 1 block short when I did my last dig. How I managed it. So I just went around and grabbed what ores were in here and left the rest of the stone because I really don't need any more stone. And then when I got it done, I realized I wasn't done. So I started cutting back in here. But if you look up here, there's redstone right there. And if I come over here, you can see that there's redstone up there and down here, mixed in with my brown limonite and banded iron. And then there's all this redstone here. And I've been clearing it out up here. And you can see that if you go down this old mine shaft I found, that it comes all the way back to here. So I have plenty of redstone to make ruby dust out of, and ruby ore to get ruby dust out of, which you use to make chrome. Because I do believe that, this is 1 vein of redstone here, and then that over there is going to be another vein on the other side. I need to get a better drill so I can do a little bit faster mining, because I'm really running into where I need a lot of different things, and I don't really have the time to hand mine everything at this slow drill speed. One sec. And I don't like making auto miner type things. And I can't make a quarry right now because it takes a diamond drill to make it. And until I get to titanium level, I can't make a diamond drill unless what I'm going to try doing with IHL will work. It's something I seen the other day, and I decided, what the hell, we try it out. Because I'm trying to test out a lot of the compatibility things between IHL and Gregtech, because I've been finding a few things that aren't compatible, like the crucible thing, that you can't use a crucible to liquefy stuff like you're supposed to be able to. Because it just crashes and wastes your stuff. This thing right here. Yeah. Hold it and open it, you put your ingot in, and you put it in a muffle furnace and it crashes. Get this out of here. These are boxes that I've been moving around, and I just decided what the hell, I'll leave them there. It kind of looks neat. And let's see. There we go. I got 2 of them. So now I'm going to, off camera, make a sifter and probably make a couple filters and come back in the next one and show you what I got set up, how I got them working, if I got them working. And I'm probably going to put out a video from the server. There's something that XAR sent me a picture of that I wanted to show you guys. It might not be a very long video, but it's way above what I would probably ever do, but it's a neat idea for anybody that would like to do it. So I want to show it to you. So I'll be looking for that probably tonight or tomorrow. So take it easy, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my rambling, and if you got any questions on my setup here, feel free to ask. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.